just want to do it too.
Getting into today's session, starting off with a bit of a recap. Picking up where we last left off, gathering themselves, the party bids the denizens of the Dragonfire Island a fond farewell as they are escorted outside of the protective wall of fog and teleported to Kymhurst by Vexania, who says goodbye for now. Returned back to the capital of the Valen Kingdom, the party spends some of their recently gained money before returning to the king's palace, meeting with King Alian XIII, Kithgar, the chief advisor, Neris Loquari, and Marx to make plans moving ahead. Kithgar explains the situation. Bereft of powerful allies, the Empire is on the defensive, and Kithgar is looking to put them into a position to surrender in fear of killing or seriously harming the Pontifex and turning him into a martyr. So, he says there are 4 major cities that are still in support of the Empire, all of which he wants to take and defend, cutting off a vital line of support for the capital to starve it out for a siege. Given the options, the party chooses to aid in the efforts at Leylshei, home of Nulson and the late Thalmir. Agreeing to meet with the lieutenant who is stationed outside the city, the party leaves the palace, returning to the airship to begin making their way to the city. Not before a slight detour is had, bringing them to the Silver Shilling, a bank where they look to set up an account to store some of their excess capital. Requiring to purchase land within the city first, however, since they are not legally seen as a legitimate entity within the kingdom, the party decides against it and leaves. Reunited at the airship, Utgard, Tomotaru, and Cass have a conversation about death as an Ellisborn, a Hellbred. About the vain hope that there will be an afterlife, that there won't just be an endless nothing afterwards. Utgard expressed his feelings on it, and his admission that he doesn't quite care as deeply anymore about learning about his past. Taking off from Kymhurst, the party makes their way towards Leylshei. On the way, however, the party is attacked by a squadron of griffin-riding knights with the symbol of Ogma. Quickly dispatching the lot of them, the party continues onward.
Let's go!
So, for defeating... Yes, the butter ornament. For defeating the detachment of Griffin Knights, you're all granted 825 experience points.
Nice. We're at 59.85.
This butter.
Oh, sorry.
I feel like you're missing a number there.
59.085.
And then that's 206 naming XP.
Oh, that's a level up. I know it's not.
5, 9.
Wait, 200.
085.
So I have just realized something we can do on the sheet. If you just put an XP change, it does it automatically for you. Like the XP number we got.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what that's for? Wait,
I
how much
didn't realize
did we get?
this.
Oh, wait.
825.
825.
Enter. Oh my god.
Right?
Guys, we have been playing this for like how many sessions now? It's been over a year in
You're
person.
getting
Like,
so much experience. I
Would've
don't
been
look
so
at
much
I don't
easier.
look at the character sheets every.
Would have been
every
so
I didn't. Well,
much easier.
I did not know you could just do it right in there.
I didn't. Well, I saw it and I was like, what if I just put the numbers in there? What if I just did that? And it worked.
Really well,
yeah.
too.
So
I'm never gonna do math again.
could someone type the number into general chat?
It's in
No.
the
The voice chat.
call chat, Mary.
Kyle, I have a question. So for the
Yeah, what's up?
Bloodfire Warhammer, it's like a one-handed weapon, so it does 1d8. If I two-hand it, is it 1d10?
No.
Is that only in 5e?
If you you can two-hand it because it is not a light weapon. That just means you gain the strength and a half on damage normally and double power attack damage.
Oh. Just?
So since
Just.
it's a one-handed, what do I do for strength bonus?
If you're using it in two hands, it's strength and a half.
Right, but if I use it in one hand, what is it?
Just normal strength and times 1
normal
for power
strength.
attack.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, You got a floating shield. You might as well just two-handed all the time.
True.
Baseball bat it.
But
The
if
only-
if I have one hand free, I can bonk.
I mean,
Yeah,
as long
is
as you're
true.
You
holding
can go
two
like
hands,
that and then
Yeah.
do it.
as long as you're holding it with two hands when you attack, you can let go and do whatever and still gain the bonuses on
No,
attacks.
Cam, think
You
about it
just,
like this.
you just need both hands free
Guys,
when you're
Yeah.
making the attack
you could
to
also
gain
bonk
two-handed
and
bonus.
then just there. You don't even have to let go.
Cam, just think about it. You're Majima about to get a home run, all right?
But
Anyway.
also, I mean, but I can't perform all the insulting hand gestures.
You just do some of them.
I mean,
I can
Um,
do most.
I don't know. I feel like you could do.
I don't think you can
Getting
do this one.
Yeah.
Getting into it,
Sorry,
So,
international viewers.
for the for the third D20 roll of the day, Agtha and Nolson already rolled,
Yeah.
so any of the four remaining can go ahead and roll a D20.
I could do it. I got new dice. Hopefully,
Ooh,
it'll be
do
nice.
it.
To me. My sister got these for me.
Hell
Oh, that's nice.
It's
That
a
one.
14.
14.
14.
14.
Okay. You continue onward on the airship, the sun cresting from its high position off to nestle itself amongst the horizon far below you, basking the space around you in a darker, twilightish purple light. You all kind of glance around, keep watch from the ship, more on high alert now that you've been attacked by opponents mid-air. But the sun sets, the stars are out, and you all begin to feel a bit tired from the day and travel. Is there anything you all want to do this evening before laying down for rest?
I think Sweet Daisy at some point is gonna wander over to Nolson. Whether he's on watch or in his room, I don't know.
If it is, if it's getting later, he's probably in his room.
I don't know if you can hear that knock on your
You know,
mic.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Very crisp knock, Mayor. Beautiful.
Nelson just like opens the door a bit. Yeah, yes.
Hello?
Hi, Sweet Daisy.
Am I okay to come in?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
I'm just going to toddle in Nolson's room and take a little seat. I'm gonna look around in here. This is kind of the first time I've seen his room, I think.
I mean, it was
Did you
Falmir's
end up
room.
taking Falmir's?
Yeah, yes.
What
You can
kind
see
of adjustment.
none. Kind of untouched except for like a little bit of a workspace on a desk where he just messes with a bow, different bows. He strings them, works on them.
Okay. Well, I was just coming in, checking up on you. We're gonna be docking in a couple days. Meredith says hesitantly because she doesn't know. I was wondering if you've had any, like, new thoughts about what you're gonna talk to your parents about when we get there. Like, I assume since this is your hometown, we're all going to be kind of taking your lead.
I mean, I guess it is my home. It doesn't feel real yet, if that makes sense. Like, I think what I would say to him, but in the actual moment, what will I actually say? My mother isn't as bad as my father, so maybe doesn't even approve of this seceding from Balefell. I don't know. Guess maybe I'll just tell him how disappointed I am in him. For everything. He's done so much to me and my brother. I don't know. How would it feel if you went back to your hometown?
Probably. It would probably hurt in more ways than one.
Yeah. I suppose. I'm trying to think how much Nolson actually knows.
I don't think Nolson knows about the whole deal with the Dawn Sword quite yet. I don't think we've had that talk with him in Utgard.
I actually think he does, because we talked about it when we were on the beach.
Well, yeah, he might actually.
Because we talked about the vision where I saw myself get killed, and then you talked about the vision where you saw yourself get killed, and then we went into the horseman fight.
Oh.
That is
Okay,
true.
so we probably touched on it lightly, but
yeah.
you might not have the full context.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's probably insensitive to even mention your home.
Oh, no, not at all. I'm not adverse to talking about it, you know. I'm a whole different mouse now. We learn from our past experiences, and we grow and change, and it's an ordeal. I can't say I'm looking forward to kind of like grazing past there, but I'm talking about it and going there are two entirely different things.
I suppose it is, right? I'm trying to is that the right word? Quench, or the anger I have for my father. He lied to me.
Trying to like stamp it down into a deep dark place where you can never see it again.
Okay, Daisy, you went down a different route that I was trying to go down.
You're like splashing it. You're trying to make it go away.
Yeah, I wasn't like holding it in for the rest of my life. It was more, I'm trying to work through it, but nothing's helping. He lied to me for too long. I don't think I can forgive him. And the reason he lied wasn't because it was to protect face. I think that's worst of all.
Do you think you would maybe be in a good place to even hear out any sort of explanation he had?
I'll hear it out. Doesn't mean I won't be upset before or after.
No, of course not. Yeah.
His reasoning before wasn't good enough. I mean, after he told me, after I confronted him, I went after you all. Didn't go well for me. Or I guess it did, kind of. Kind of worked out. A little.
You know more now about who you were looking for than you did before. And you didn't exactly get what you wanted, but you know, you've got a new set of friends, a new a new purpose in life.
Yeah. Don't know if it's the best purpose to have in life. Revenge?
Is it... Why wouldn't it be the best? Is that not what you want?
Every time someone brings up revenge, they're never satisfied when it's over, or they just tell you should get over it. But I kind of want to make it so one day No one will even remember the name Tarathril. There's a faded nothing. I know that isn't kind, isn't nice, and it's very, very selfish.
Selfish is fine. Selfish can be good sometimes.
I don't know if it's this time, though, Daisy. But the anger isn't going away.
So, you've got that all pent up inside you right now, all your anger for him.
Yeah.
So, you're also angry at your dad, right?
Yeah, yes.
Do you think the two are, like, sort of mixing each other up and, like, making one giant hate cake?
I guess, actually, yeah. You're not too far off, Daisy.
I wonder if there's a way we could, like, sieve out the different ingredients. Get down to the real root before we go show up to your old ma and pa's and lay everything out, because there's a couple ways it could go. One, you two talk about everything and it's just one giant misunderstanding and there's love and forgiveness and it's everything anyone could ever hope for, and we take back Leylshei and it goes back under the king and you're going to be the new successor and it all turns out good. Or things don't go so well and maybe a little blood gets shed. I certainly wouldn't want that to happen.
Yeah. I don't think it was a misunderstanding, Daisy. There's one thing I know about my father. And I think I do. At least, sometimes I think I do. He goes with what he thinks is the best bet. The safest option for him and his legacy. And he put his money on Ogma. Not that I can't even say I blame him. Doesn't mean I don't want to fight it. Doesn't mean I don't disagree with it. I don't even think... He might not even like Ogma. We're a family that follows a mater. For God's sakes. But he probably thought it was the best strategic move.
How would you feel if, when we got there and you start having a little powwow with him, you know, we get there, we talk a little bit, maybe we have dinner and some drinks. I could be in the room with you and I could try and read his thoughts. I can do that, you know. I can look into people's heads and see what they're mucking around in, and you know, if he's saying one thing and he's thinking another, maybe he's a bad communicator. I don't want to assume the best in him, mind you. He's done some awful, awful things. But if he's saying the intention is one thing and it's actually another, maybe that could help us get some more insight on how to help your family.
What if there is no helping? What if the best option is just to raise it, start anew?
Would you be content with that choice?
I don't know. And I think that's the scariest thing of all, is I don't know. Been in the dark for so long, and you just don't think there's ever going to be a light at the end of it. I sure hope the light's coming.
I do too. Well, when we get there, I'll do a little omen of peril. You know, it's not my typical future sight looking into things, but it at least tells me whether or not we're going to get hurt. There's a chance.
The stories of your future tellings do not seem to end well, usually.
They really don't, do they?
No, never.
It used to be better. It used to be smaller things. It used to be birds and cheese and noble ladies cheating on their husbands and things like that. It was simple stuff, you know. Now it's like.
I guess before a godly revolution, everything was simpler.
Yeah. Hopefully we can go back to that, though. You know, me and Octha are looking in investing in property up in Milkshake. You know, maybe I can run around and cause a huge fuss with the local orphans.
It's not a bad idea. I hope Octa's doing all right. I mean that in the...
She's okay.
They are a ball of anxiety, but I appreciate them.
I appreciate them too. They sort of like... This whole group is really spicy and they sort of just like douse it with dairy. We kind of need that.
Doesn't sound like a compliment.
I just hope everyone's gonna be okay with whatever happens there. Good or bad.
I think so. Talking about it helps beforehand, letting us know what your plan is. You know, we do a little chit-chat, we have some dinner, some drinks, see how it goes, and if it's not going in the way you like it to, we can maybe make a code word that says, like, okay, swords out, it's execution time. You know? You said you like your mom.
Yeah.
That would definitely be something to talk about beforehand. Maybe if your dad is the problem and she would be better off without him, maybe there's only one thread we need to cut.
I hope so. I don't know. It's hard to even imagine a true plan when I don't even know what to expect anymore. Why did it have to be Ogma though? Can I mention that? Ogma sucks, right? He always kind of sucked.
Oh yes, total jackass. I couldn't imagine having a dinner with that dude.
Is there, Kyle? Out of curiosity, is there a Church of Ogma in Leylshei? Like a
probably
temple?
one. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not shocked by that. I'm just curious. Yeah, I never went there. It was there in Leylshei? No, it wasn't for me.
When you become like your own little king of Leylshei, you could like pick it up and put it somewhere else. You could like scoot them out of the border, or you could draw a new border like around it.
Well, no, Daisy, there's a thing in Leylshei called freedom of religion.
Is there?
Yeah.
Aren't you in charge of all that? You could change that if you wanted.
I don't know if I would want to change that, personally.
Yeah. Well,
Even if I don't like Ogma, I doubt the people who worship Ogma completely suck. Just some of them suck.
Some of them do suck.
Some of them suck.
Some of them are griffin riding suckers.
Well, a lot of them are dead today.
They are. A lot of them are dead. We saved some griffins, though. Not all of them. Some of them.
Oh. Yeah. One turned into a sheep.
Yeah. Well, I'll let you... one of them, sir.
One of them? That was it?
We only saved one of them.
I'll let you go to bed. You haven't happened to be having nightmares recently, have you?
Somewhat. Nothing.
Somewhat?
I mean, waking up like, oh, I wasn't there in time kind of nightmares. Didn't save my brother. It's kind of reoccurring nightmare kind of situation.
Okay.
Which was kind of just reality, so now it's just kind of brought up again in
Would you like me to help
dreamland.
with that?
Wait, how? You can help with that?
Yeah, I can hop in and shuffle some stuff around if you like.
No,
I can't
it's
bring multiple people in at a time, mind you, but I can make it more pleasant tonight.
no, it's okay. There's a part of me that kind of partially wants the dream because at least Thalmir. But fuck no! Wait!
No.
Edmund was still alive.
Okay, well, if you ever want some maybe good experience with him, not reliving what you think are his last moments, or not being able to get there in time, or not saving him, or any of those horrible, horrible things, which I don't really like that you're having to relive all of that, I have lots of good memories of him. I could hop in and you can see some of his time that he spent here with us and the good stuff. The stuff that he was living for.
Well, I do appreciate that, Daisy, but I think I need the bad for the moment.
Okay. Well, if you change your mind, I'm always in my room, and when I'm not, I'm hiding in the shadows. So it should be pretty easy to find me. There's not many on the boat.
That might have been the most terrifying thing you've ever said, Daisy. Good night.
Good night. And I'm going
Very
to
nice and terrifying.
Okay. Anything else?
Lexi, go.
Yeah. Yes, Kyle. Is Mark's on the boat with us?
Marx is not on the boat with you.
Do we have a way of contacting Mark's?
You're sending.
I can send to him on the wind to be like, hey, come here.
Or Daisy could cast sending.
That's
Yeah.
No, Tom will just follow his nose to go find Sweet Daisy. Probably not hard. He probably hears her before he smells her. It's not very cool. She can be quiet, but I think that Tom just knows. It's like a Daisy radar all the time.
You find her in the cupboard, buried in flour.
Just
In the shadows.
What are you doing?
I'm taking my nightly flower bath.
A chinchilla.
I think Cass bakes with that.
I do too. I bake myself in it.
Noted.
It's a makeup turn like all the fancy ladies like to use before they powder themselves.
Noted. Can you send to Mark's?
Oh, yes. What did you need?
Tomo's ready.
Just Tomo's ready?
I mean, I did say if you wanted to put to go on the end of it, you could. I'm ready to go.
Oh, okay. Who else is coming with you? You said I was invited. Is Arthur's coming too, right?
I mean, I'm just visiting a grave. Anyone can come if they want to pay respects, but I'm not going to ask. No one really knew him, so.
Okay. Well, I personally would like to change that, so I'm going to rub my little mouse hands together and cast sending.
okay.
Puff of flour.
What do you say?
Oh, Marks! Marks? Tomo says he's ready. Maybe wear some mittens. It's going to be quite cold. Also, I say hi.
2 more words.
To Bridget.
Okay. After a while, after a few minutes, you get a response. And he says, "All right, give me one moment." And a few moments pass, a few still moments, and then you hear, boom, like the sound of a very resonant crystal bell. And Tomo, you're probably the first to notice this. A small little iridescent blue dragonfly is hovering around your shoulder. And then you see another one. And another one. Coming from the windows and down the stairs, all collecting in one central spot to form the shape of a roughly humanoid-shaped figure. And then in a flash of purplish blue arcane, Marx is standing there, in the shape of where the dragonflies were. And you can see he kind of like starts wiping down his shirt, and he's wearing something different. Every time you've seen him up until this point, he's been wearing a very ordinary looking clothes, probably in an effort to make him look as ordinary as possible, as his humanoid form is indeed just a human. Instead, now he is wearing this almost ostentatious bluish black shirt that's very baggy around his body, that kind of like cuffs in this wide drape, very deep V, high collar, and it's tucked into very straight and narrow pants. And he kind of wipes down his appearance and says, "Hello, I apologize for the delay, though I was just caught up in a few things last night. Anyway, are you ready?"
Your magic was beautiful. What was that? There were a bunch of dragonflies and...
They were
Was that
fireflies.
intentional?
They were not. Oh, shit.
They were fireflies?
They were dragonflies.
Oh,
They were dragonflies.
I pictured really cool blue fireflies for that whole thing. So
No,
sorry, Kyle.
they were dragonflies.
I was mesmerized in my own picture in my head.
Well, it's a small development of my own. I'm still working out the kinks.
It is
But-
much flashier than Bridget's.
Yes, Bridget had the tendency to, well, still has the tendency to show up unannounced. I find that showing up unannounced in places that you're not expected is rather harrowing, so I'd rather make a show of it, if I could. Anyway,
I flourish.
thank you.
Are you going to be okay temperature-wise? Your doobies are going to get cold.
If we're going so... I appreciate the thought, but I am, in fact, a dragon that is meant to fly above the clouds, so I'm sure a little bit of cold won't do me any bad.
Okay.
I'll
Don't
grab a
complain to me
blanket
when
just
your
in
nickels turn
case.
to diamonds.
All right, where are we going again?
Daisy will tell you. I have to grab Octha quick.
All right.
I'm going to bring out like a little map and lay it out, and I'm going to go, okay, not by this tree, maybe a little bit up here. And like there's some snow like right in this area, like a clearing. We're going here.
All right, I'll try my best.
Okay.
Tomotaru, go over
Just
to
it's just one knock. Tomo's a one knock kind of guy.
I will say you probably hear Octha kind of like whispering under their breath, like in their room. Like, it doesn't sound like words. But then they'll open the door and be like, "Oh, hi. What's going on?
Marx is here.
Oh, to take us to Lowry?
If you wanted to come still.
Yeah,
Daisy
I'll
is
come.
seemingly kind of excited, and that sort of worries me. But that's just a general feeling I get when Sweet Daisy gets excited.
That's fair. Maybe if there's another person there, something bad won't happen. So, give me a sec to grab my winter clothes and I'll be ready.
Okay.
I'll get dressed real quick.
While I'm laying while I'm laying out the map for Marks, I'm going to just quickly cast Omen of Peril. So
Okay.
I can see if there's any danger in the immediate future.
You go ahead and cast your spell. And flashing into the momentary, immediate future, you don't sense anything. Just almost as if sailing on a still sea with no clouds in sight. Doesn't seem as though there's any immediate danger, at least in the very immediate future.
I have a winter blanket as part of my bedroll inventory. I'm going to bring that for Marks. Just because
It is very cold.
it's cold. And Tomo's worn open-chested things. You could be tough all you want, but like sometimes it's the wind chill, man. It's the wind chill.
There's also Lowry, where we were seeing snow like late summer, early fall, and we're going there like late fall, early winter.
Yeah.
So,
But
that'll be really cool.
Yeah,
You all
Tomo will grab the
step
blanket
out?
away for Octa and we'll go.
Yeah. Yeah, once I get dressed, I'll follow.
Marks looks to the three of you and says, "All right, stand back. I'll begin casting the spell. Don't enter until it's done." And he opens up a small little component pouch at his waist, and he reaches in and pulls out a fistful of sand. But the sand is colored a very deep bluish azure color. And he holds it out, closes his eyes, speaks a few words, and when he opens them, his fist is enveloped in that same purplish blue tinge, and his eyes are glowing as the sand begins falling from the gaps of his palm, and as they pool up between his feet, they automatically spread to the shape of an arcane circle around him.
Cool.
And then once all the sand is out of his hand, he lets go. The lights fade, and he looks over to you three and says, "All right, step inside. It's ready."
Alright, Fedun's coming as well.
All right. Good to be fine.
Step inside.
You all
I think Tomo's gonna like kind of reach a little bit for Octa, just like maybe grab like a sleeve or something.
I'll just look up. Give like a... Nut up, man. Just like hold your hand.
and
Did you
then
say
Marks-
nut up?
Yep.
It took me a second.
Once you all are inside the circle, Mark says a few words, gestures with his hand, and similar to all the other arcane circles you have been inside, the circle illuminates, and all of you are displaced, and immediately you land inside a very fresh patch of snow and ice. As it comes up to your mid-shin, there is currently a very harsh wind all about
Who's
you.
mid-shin? We have very differing heights.
Octa probably mid-shin.
I'm buried, please. I can't breathe.
Octa probably mid-shin. So Daisy, you are not
Mid-thigh.
buried.
It's like mid-thigh for Daisy.
It's like upper skirts.
As the wind
She laid down to make it seem like she's like crouched, so it seems like there's more of her buried.
deeper, carries with it a very harsh sleet and snowfall. Visibility is very short, as Marks just kind of like stumbles a little bit and says, "This is the closest I could get to how you pointed it out on the map. Probably not exactly, but around here somewhere."
Right?
Well, you did good. I think I recognize the top of that tree, and maybe that one.
It's like dark out, right?
Mhm.
I'll cast a dancing lights for us and
Okay.
send it a little bit ahead of us.
It illuminates the space around you, makes visibility a little bit easier, but drops off harshly outside of that range of light that it projects.
I know, like,
Almost.
I think I can
Sorry.
see in low light. I think Tomo can see in dark, and I think you can also see in low light and dark. Sweet Daisy.
I don't know if I can.
Okay, well, even if you can, I think this will help a little bit.
Tomo, you can see pretty easy with your dark vision.
I'm doing great. I got 120 feet, my guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rest of you, it's still a little rough, and even your dark
light.
vision, it's still a bit of a. It's still like in shades of grayscale, and when you're, and when it's just a blanket of snow and more snow, you still kind of have to focus to see into the darkness.
Is it like windy where there's like actively snow being blown around?
Yes.
Okay. Tomo's gonna take off the new mask they got and just kind of put it on Aka's face because it acts as a really nice windbreaker.
No, you don't have to worry about it. My winter clothes have like an up and then a hood on the dress. It's fine. I'll wear it.
Can I first? God, what's the moon like? I haven't looked in a hot minute.
It's
I'm gonna transform right now.
it's probably getting close to full. It's not quite full yet. Maybe a week until full.
Okay. So I was gonna look around. And granted, there's new snow, so everything's probably very likely buried, drifted over. But can I recognize this area at all? Of like,
Make an intelligence check. Either intelligence or survival, if you want.
so I have knowledge nature.
Which will not help you.
I do have survival. I'm gonna do survival. That's a 21.
21 total?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. You look around, and since this area does indeed carry with you a very painful memory of the past, it is easier to recognize. You are indeed in the very large, mountainous, snow-filled area that used to belong to the Remoras, named One Tooth, that you had slain. Well, not that long ago, but to you it still feels like an age ago, especially after all the time you spent in Arborea. You were able to navigate your way to where Dacton was buried.
Can I make a spot check? A spot check to just... Last time I was here, Dacton came out of fucking nowhere. So, and there was another lycanthrope guy. So, just in case.
Sure. Make a
Cool.
spot check.
I'd like to do that, and then I would like to transfer.
Would you like to do it with your eyes or with your scent? Because both are probably pretty difficult right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I'll do eyes just because I think my eyes with my 120 vision will go farther than my nose.
Okay.
Sweet Daisy's gonna tap you with some eyes of Voro, just
You
very
don't-
gently.
You don't need to, my guy. You want to save that?
Alright, you got a +8 anyways.
Mary, you're giving me a total of plus 29. I rolled a 15. With 15 plus 29.
44.
44.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
You scan the trees around you. Look up. Points. Look at the snow. How it's falling. How it has fallen. Nothing seems out of the ordinary. No bodies lurking within the shadows amongst the trees, stalking you. Not at least as far as you can tell.
Can I do something? Like, I have kind of a weird question, Kyle. Like, am
Okay.
I able to name the snow?
No.
Okay. Because I was gonna see if I could name it to like lead us to Acton.
Unfortunately, no.
I mean, we're at the spot.
Are we? I thought we. Oh.
Tomo could find the spot.
Oh,
Yeah.
never mind. My bad. I misunderstood.
Give me a second. Can I transform into full tiger?
Sure. Give a chain shape roll.
Ooh. It's almost the full moon though, so the DC's lower.
Isn't your DC just 15?
No, the DC changes depending on the moon and what form I'm trying to go do. Voluntary change. DC is only 15.
Yes, to full form.
To full form.
Hybrid is harder than full.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I make it with a 19.
Tomo
So
steps
Tomo, like-
forward and assumes
I guess
their
he
full
goes down,
tiger
but he gets
form.
bigger.
Yeah.
And then he's just going with his big kitty paws. Just go start digging.
Okay.
Parents not digging.
It's easy enough to do. Pushing past the snow and churning up the dirt where it once was relatively clear there. Are you just pulling past the snow or anything deeper?
I'm trying to get to like where he got buried. Like so just
so down
to the
into
dirt.
the earth? Or are you just revealing the top of the burial site?
First to the burial site, just to like know that this is the spot. Like I don't want to like dig into the ground if I'm supposed to be like 3 feet over, you know.
Mhm.
So like just to the spot, I'm gonna smell to see if, because unless something came and dug him up, he should still smell like his whatever should. Snow is a great preserver. It should still smell like him.
Well, didn't we
And
also
then-
leave a marker?
I don't
You did leave a
remember.
mark. You did leave a mark.
Do we? Okay, then I'm gonna dig for the marker to
Mhm.
make sure
You
that's set.
do.
Once I find it, then I'll go and start digging the best I can into frozen ground.
Okay. You pull away the snow and do indeed find that headstone marker that you had left for Dacton's burial. If you would
I think
like...
I like.
Yes. If you would like... Make another spot check with using your scent.
I think once I hit
ahead,
like
thank you.
the marker, Tomo's just gonna like headbutt it or like press his big cat head into it for like a couple minutes, like maybe a good 20 seconds, and then yeah, that's plus that's a 34.
34.
34.
It's hard to tell over the time. You do detect the scent of something down there.
I
Do you
recognize it.
continue digging?
I mean,
It's
Do
too
I
faint for you to recognize anything definitively.
yeah, yeah. Because Tomo is here to like. Dacton has died to Tomo now 3 times in Tomo's mind or something. Like Tomo wants to know to make sure, like, yes, you died. This is a thing that happened, right? Because like time and time again, Tomo like thought he was dead and then wasn't. Like swore he was dead and then he wasn't. And Tomo's like, I know I buried you. I understand you're back, but like the logic part of his brain is fighting, like, because that doesn't. It's still not work. It's yeah. So he's digging.
Okay. Since this is a little bit harder to do, since it is frozen dirt and turf, I'm gonna have to make you roll another survival check to see if you can rightfully tear free the dirt and such.
Would you like some help, Tomo? I can have Fedun help you.
I think Tomo's just... I mean, I can't talk, so... Tomo's just digging. I think Tomo's kind of like... at this moment, Tomo's very tunnel visioned in on this scent. Right now, it's kind of like I just got to see that he's there. Ugh. Tomo said role play today, please. I'm trying to see. I don't think lycanthropy gives me anything for those stats, so that's fine. You said another survival?
Mm-hmm.
24.
As Tomo's digging, I'm just going to throw up false vision. So if anyone's peeking in on us, they're going to see something a little different.
Okay. Yeah. You begin pulling back large chunks of frozen dirt. Paw. Digging deeper and deeper. And the more you dig, the closer you get to that scent. And the clearer it becomes. The initial palate that hits your nose is Dactin. That is Dactin. But it's tinged with something entirely foreign to you. You kind of hesitate for a moment the moment you realize that. And then you hear, or less hear, and more see the dirt move a bit, as if something is on the other side clawing at it.
Uh-oh.
Tomo?
Clawing at like the dirt?
From the opposite side.
Like trying to get unburied.
Have I... I'm
And
gonna...
you hear some muffled voices on the other side.
There's a low growl from Tomo.
I guess I'll walk over.
I'm gonna shoot up Omen of Peril one more time.
Still clear?
Yeah, I'm gonna... dig. I feel like Tomo's gonna dig more. Like
dig
there's
more?
something in this that's not Dactin, and that's not okay with Tomo.
You dig deeper and faster, and your claws come to meet the top of a wooden shape. And you finally pull back more dirt, and you can see there's a coffin in here where there wasn't one before. And there are two holes that look like have been torn out from the inside, and fingers are reaching out inside. And you hear, "Is that fresh air out there? Is there somebody there?"
Hello?
So I will say, brought my staff, didn't bring my sword. But I'm kind of regretting it now.
What the fuck?
"Hello, would you be very kind as to open up this coffin I seem to be stuck in?"
First tell us who you are.
"My name is Trigabor."
What? Who? What?
The hair on my entire
If you
body
let
is
me out,
puffed up,
I could
so-
explain everything to you, at least to the extent of my knowledge. I've been trapped in here for a very long time.
I'm just gonna put a hand on Tomo.
Can I sense
What?
like every hair on my body is standing? Can I sense motive him?
Go for it.
because I don't think, to be fair, I didn't check the ground before we buried Dacton, but I don't think there was a coffin here before.
Indeed, there was not a you did not bury Dacton with a coffin.
11 plus 17, 28.
28?
Mm-hmm.
This man is incredibly distressed. You can tell he probably has no space for lies.
He's very
all he's
alive.
concerned with is getting out.
I'm gonna have Fair Dune.
What's
walk-
Mark's doing all this?
Yeah.
Mark's he probably didn't come right up with you guys because he's giving you some space. And the wind is probably burying anything that you could possibly hear, so you could see there's like a distant shape of Mark's off in the direction where you guys came from, and he's not anywhere near.
Okay.
I'm gonna have Fair Dune with his tentacles lift the coffin out of the ground, not opening it. And then I think Octa's just gonna yell over like, "Hey, Mox, you might want to just be prepared for something.
Okay.
Not what we
Yeah.
expected."
You lift, and he says, and you feel it's like, oh, is it out of the ground now?
Yeah, out of the ground. But hold on, don't quite open up yet.
I think there's a lock.
Yeah,
Can you see a lock?
give us a second, Mr. Tregabor. We're quite alarmed. You happen to be residing in a spot where we buried a very close friend of one of ours.
I am terribly sorry, and I seem to be residing in somewhere I don't want to be either. So, maybe work to our mutual benefit.
Kyle,
Okay, are you wearing warm clothes? It's rather cold out here.
I don't know. I actually don't know what I'm wearing right now.
before we open this, I'm gonna prick my finger and cast a Discern Bloodline on Tregabor.
Okay.
Almost
within
like
the coffin,
stands up between this coffin and
within the
Octa.
coffin, you sense spell scale, just as Dacton was.
Dacton was a
That's-
spell skill?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Dacton was a spell
Yes.
skill?
Dacton was a spell scale,
I
yeah.
do always forget that.
I don't
Well,
know what I
that's
imagined, but not spell scale.
Interesting. Do you know what race you are?
What even question is that supposed to be? Could you please
You know, like,
unlock this thing?
Are you like human or are you an elf?
I am an Aliceborn. Why do you ask?
That checks
You
out.
are?
Well, if you could open the coffin, I could gladly demonstrate for you.
I'm gonna put a hand on Octa's shoulder. I did cast Omen of Peril right before we came down here just to make sure we weren't going to get attacked. Nothing, he doesn't seem to be a danger. I don't think he has bad intentions.
I
And
can
if not,
promise
it's
you I'm
the
not a
second-
danger inside the coffin.
I
You're so
And he's
trigger man.
boom, boom, boom.
Tomo, it's your call. I know you're Tiger, but you can still understand me from the seams of it.
Just saying this out loud.
Yeah,
To the guy.
yeah.
It's whatever, it's your call.
we
Do you
can
want to leave
leave
him?
him.
Is there
You can open
is there a
it.
lock on it?
There is.
There is a
Like,
lock.
can I? Okay, what is it? What kind of coffin is this? Is it wood?
It's
Stone?
a wooden coffin with metal latches and a metal lock. It's like a exterior padlock too.
I've got that
Um,
ring. I could open it.
Well, I can also just name the lock.
Whatever you want to do, Tomo.
He's still hitting the top of the coffin.
Yeah, I think Tomo's gonna just like stalk up to it, like circle around it once, and then find a hinge and like go to bite the wood next to a hinge.
Okay.
Because Tomo's real strong now, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Roll damage.
or
Roll
like bite
damage. You don't
around
even
the
roll to
hinge.
need a
I
hit.
guess.
Roll
Need
damage.
to hit? Well,
No, you don't even need to hit. Just roll damage for your bite attack.
Oh god, my bite. It's not a lot. It's a D. Kyle, since I stalked around, can I add my skirmish dice to this?
I'm gonna say sure. Why not?
The coffin's the object of your dodge.
I did take the
Kyle.
coffin, the object of my dodge.
Yeah.
Sure, you can add your skirmish damage.
Cool. I'm gonna roll 3d6. Ooh, that's a lot of big numbers. Plus my strength, which is now a +6. So, 22. Nope. 6 plus 6. Yeah, 22 points of piercing damage from a
Yep,
bite.
Okay, yeah. You just chunk the part of the coffin that is containing the lock and pull away. You probably spit out the bits of metal in your mouth and tinder that came with it. And the moment the lock is freed from the coffin, the lid flies open as the figure inside sits up. And you can see inside the coffin is Dacton's body. And he goes, "Oh, it is bitterly cold out here. Oh, where in the hells am I? Hello, pleasure to meet your service."
Like full
Oh.
body. Because we buried it in pieces.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is Tregabor the body?
Oh my god.
And you can see
Raphael did a body swap.
Oh, yeah,
you can see
definitely.
on the forehead, there is a rune carved into the skin. And he climbs out of the coffin, says, "Oh, it is so cold out here.
I'm instantly growling.
Oh, hello. It is a nice pleasure to meet you all. Could I have your names?"
I'm gonna do the Tomo
Hello?
thing, and I'm gonna stand in front of Tomo. Between Tomo and Tragabor. And I'm just gonna whisper, "Remember Tomo? He's in fresh Aliceborn. He probably is very confused right now."
Tomo's
Um,
not moving around you, but Tomo's still growling.
Mr. Tregabor, my name is Sweet Daisy.
Hello. Yes, pleasure to meet you.
I'm Arthur. That's Fedun.
Hello.
Okay.
Where am I? Am I still at Lemuria?
No.
Judging from you two,
No,
Oh, I'm not?
You are
you're very far away from there.
outside of Lowry. Just so you know, the tiger is Tomo. He wants to eat you because you are currently in the body of his dead friend.
Oh, well, that would be impossible because... This isn't... What in the hell is it? I apologize, I'm not usually looking like this. This is all very strange. I'm sure it is as strange for you as it is for me, judging from the context clues of your very nice pet right there, very
Not a
angrily
pet.
looking at me. Oh, I very deeply apologize. I'm not certain. We can start over, yes, please?
Sure, yeah. Let's go ahead and do that.
Hello, my name is Tregabor. I'm not quite sure who I am inhabiting right now, or the circumstances surrounding it. Pleasure to meet your acquaintance, I suppose.
Pleasure to meet you too. Where did you say you were from?
I'm from Lemuria, the continent. I am from Ungorhem. I was, I suppose. Yes, I am an Aliceborn, after all.
Oh,
Or was, I suppose.
What's the
no,
last thing?
that makes...
Oh, sorry.
No, you go on.
I was just gonna ask, what's the last thing you remember before being buried in a coffin?
I remember I was going to meet with an old friend who was visiting the village after a long time away. We grew up together, and I went to the place we were supposed to meet. There was a big flash, lots of very painful experiences, and then here I am in a coffin. I've been trying to dig my way out ever since then. All rather straightforward, yes.
What's his name? Taryn? Your friend?
Yes, Taryn.
Oh.
Why,
dear.
you ask?
He may have bamboozled you.
Yeah.
Tomo does try to step around at that point, like.
Yeah, I think at that point, Octo will let you. How did you know Taryn? I know you said you were good friends.
We grew up together, yes. We were born in relatively the same period of time. Had some of the same tutors, if it were. He left the village rather soon, though, and I kind of fell out of contact with him because he left the country, and, well, our paths just diverged from there.
Well, I will say he had a birthday.
Oh, that's very good. That's very good. He was always a devout person. A bit, single-minded. Yes, if that's the correct word for it.
His name is Tarathiel now,
Oh,
and he's going to destroy the world.
is he now?
He's trying to, at least. We're trying to stop that. We did know him, to be fair, when he was Terran. He was a bit more pleasant than he is now.
No, he murdered 40 students in a school when he was Taryn.
Well, that's just despicable, isn't it?
I'm gonna sense motive.
I'm freezing my tits off. Could we please have this conversation somewhere else?
Can I sense motive his despicable, isn't it?
Sure.
How can I?
That's an 11. Oh, wait. Actually, I think my sense motive went up. Hold on.
Can I kind of back him back into the coffin a little bit?
Wait.
This poor man.
There's... Oh. Wait.
Okay.
Kyle, do you know what's making my sense motive so high?
What do you mean?
It's saying it's a 10. I don't feel like that's right.
Could I
many
get
skill points you
this
put in?
man's
You put
name
ranks
typed
into
out
it?
in
I
the
didn't
chat?
put any ranks into it. I have a misc modifier of 10. Oh, you know what? I think it's from buffs. I think it was like, never mind. Okay. So it's a 13.
13?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that high. He's cold. He doesn't know what the fuck he is. He doesn't know why he's in a body that's not his. He's very stressed, and he's probably not processing things very well.
All right. Yeah, I could just do this real quick. I'm gonna cast Secure Shelter.
Okay.
And
How far does that extend outward?
I believe,
Or does it just
I believe it's a 20 by 20.
20 by 20?
Let me double check.
My mind is
that.
being fucking blown right now, Kyle. What the fuck is this?
What if I told you the SRD's down?
Yeah, the SRD's been having a strange time today.
Having a little
Yeah.
bit of trouble.
It makes me sad.
Okay.
Secure shelter
is a 20-foot square structure.
square. Okay, yeah.
It does not. It has a fireplace with like tindering and stuff in it, but it does not. It doesn't automatically light it.
You can see at this point,
But I will
Marx has
light it.
made his way over. And Tregobor says, "Oh, hello, there's another one of you. Hello, my name is Tregobor. Nice to meet you." And Marx says, "Marx." And he turns over to you, Octha and Sweet Days, and says, "What is happening?"
Step inside. We're finding out.
Yeah, Marks, meet Dacton's former corpse, now being inhabited by a completely different soul.
That is also Tarathiel's friend. Before he was Tarathiel. Yep. Yep.
Terran's friend.
Terran's friend. My bad.
I've not met him in a long time, and if he's in the market of destroying worlds, I would say that I am very much not his friend anymore. I don't want you to think that I endorse that in any way possible. Can we go inside, please?
Yep. After you.
Yes, come on, I'll summon some firewood.
And he steps inside. and
I'm going
kind of
to.
shivers a bit.
I don't.
I'm gonna make a little fire and rock thing, little formation for a fireplace. I'm Marks, could you please light this for me?
Oh yeah, sure. And he casts produce flame on it.
Yeah, I don't have a way to light it on fire.
It immediately flares up into a full campfire, and you can see Tregobor kind of shimmies up to it and says, "Oh, that is much better. Thank you. Much obliged. Much obliged."
Yep. I'm gonna sit.
And I'm going to.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
imagine.
produce a bedroll and wrap it around him.
I'm gonna imagine that there is like furniture and stuff in here, and he's like sitting in a chair. I'm gonna sit.
He sits on the ground next to the fire.
Okay, I'm gonna
The
sit.
chair probably doesn't get close enough.
I'm gonna sit on the sofa, and Fairdoon is going to stand behind him.
Okay.
I think Tomo's just like pacing along a wall, but like head being turned into the wall every time. Like Tomo's thinking right now and processing and trying to control themselves.
Tomo, do you think you can come back? Like, well,
We do have those herbs. I'm just going to set the bag here, Tomo, if you need it. And I'm gonna set out the wolf's bane.
I'm gonna pace like 3 more times and then kind of haughtily, like, just like turn and start like coming over, and I'll try to transform on the way back.
Okay.
Yeah, I do.
Revert. Okay. You revert back to your full stature. You can see Tregobor looks up at you and says, first may I say I deeply apologize for misidentifying you. I did not at the time understand that you were a lycanthrope. My brain is a bit muddled right now.
from what I know of lycanthropy, I believe you might also be one. Tregobor.
Am I now? That's rather an interesting prospect. And he looks down at himself. Was your unfortunate past friend, was he also a lycanthrope?
He was, and he was in pieces when we put him in the ground.
Yes, I do not quite know much about that. I apologize. Sounds very harrowing.
It was.
So, I'm gonna be honest. You need to speak very carefully here. We all have a lot of history with Terran, as well as the body you are inhabiting, and a lot of it's not great, if I'm being honest. So you are starting this conversation off kind of on the wrong foot. I know you said fresh start, but my mind does not work like that, if I'm quite honest.
Tomo will sit on the ground
Right.
across from him, like across the fire from him, and Tomo is like, will take the mask off, put it down, or like hold it in their lap, like 2 hands, like clutching it, and just stare, because this is very surreal right now.
Well, I am very sorry. The circumstances around inhabiting this body were not my choice. If it would, I would be in my own body right now. I really much prefer my own body. That's not to say that it's not a good body, because I mean, it's rather sturdy, but more so than my old body. But please, it's this. I have no idea what the hell is happening.
Do you know how long you were under the ground? Do you have any concept of time?
Well, considering I couldn't see the sun and the moon and the cycling, and my best estimation, probably close to a month, maybe a few. Very nice. I was praying for death every single waking moment because I was very thirsty. I was still very thirsty and very hungry.
How did
Oh,
you not...
I'm going to take out a water jug and create water.
We do have
Hand
the
it
decanter
over.
of water.
I have the
Thank you.
decanter of endless water.
Oh, that probably would have been more convenient.
Yeah, I could just pour it out. It's fine.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay.
Hey. Do you hand him water?
Yeah.
He takes it and starts and drinks it all in one go.
I'll just pour
Ooh,
some
that's
water.
that's like a drop of water in a very vast desert. Thank you very much. Thank you.
How long were you in your previous body for?
Oh, I was about 35 years old. Why?
Okay. And did you figure out your past?
Not exactly. I started, getting bits and pieces of it. It was all rather neat. I was starting to reconnect with old parts of myself, and then, what? Heron is coming back into town. I haven't talked with him in a long time, and now I'm here. So, yes, thank you. For freeing me, that is. And you can see Marks walks up and kind of tilts his head back and starts inspecting the rune that is embedded in his forehead. And he does that for a while. Yes, hello.
You don't think Trathiel came and dug him up to carve that, do you?
I think he might
Jacked
have.
I mean.
I think he might have.
Marks kind of pulls his hand away, walks over to you, Oktha, and kneels down and whispers in your ear and says, though I don't know exactly what magic it is, that is a rune of functional immortality. No food, no water, no sleep necessary. So long as he's there, he will survive.
Can I try to do a spellcraft check on it?
Sure, go for it.
To like get a little bit more knowledge. Oh shit, that's a 35.
35.
Yo, Oktha.
There's not much more you can glean from that. It's very, very powerful.
Okay.
But that's all.
I'll like take out a journal or something and take like a little sketch of it. And just be like, so this is why you can't die in there.
Oh, really?
It's
Is that what's on my forehead?
Yeah.
And he starts feeling out the grooves of the scar.
Yeah, that kind of is why. I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little taken aback here.
As you have every right to do so, yes. I too am taken quite aback.
Okay, what did you have like a profession or anything before this?
Profession, no, but I was going to, I was being, not necessarily groomed, but trained to become the next, patriarch of our village. Take up the old wisdom after he passes, performing the rituals of birthing and whatnot.
Oh, congratulations!
Yes, I don't think that's a very, reasonable prospect right now anymore. But that is what I was doing, so I guess you can mark me as unemployed right now.
You said you're from Ungorheim, right?
Indeed, yes.
Give me a moment. I'm gonna talk to my compatriots here first.
Yes, take your time. I'm warming my bones.
Yep, Fairdoon will be standing right behind you the whole time, so please don't reach for any weapons or anything.
Yes, I don't have any weapons on me, at least not that I can see, so that would be a very interesting thing indeed.
Okay, hey, so do we think scrying on Ungorheim right now would be a bad idea?
You can't. Can you scry on a place?
You can scry on a place.
Yeah.
It's just, you cannot scry on an object. You can scry on a place, though.
Wait, how would he scry on Ungorheim, though? Like the whole country?
Right, I'd have to
It's probably
scry
have
on
to
like
be
a
a
specific
specific
place.
A specific place that you have in mind.
Also, out of game, is Cass from Ungolheim?
Yes.
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 I'll help
And
Red
so is Tomo.
And Utgard.
And Uka.
All Hellbreds. Every single one.
And conceivably Declan as well, though he hasn't outwardly said.
Oh, actually 3.5 scrying can't look in on a place.
In and out.
At least it doesn't specify.
3.5. At it again.
Yep, just a creature.
Oh yeah, it's only a creature.
Damn. Never mind. I can't do it anyways. Do we think Tarathiel destroyed Ingolham?
Destroyed it? I don't see a reason why.
Tregable.
I think.
Huh.
You
Yes.
said that there was a bright light?
Yes, it came from the center of the room that we were in. That I was in, at least. I didn't see Taryn.
Was there anyone else in the room with you when this happened?
No. He's just supposed to be us two, catching up. Talking about our exploits. What he's been doing ever since he left the country, and we stopped, talking. And what I've been doing in the village ever since he left.
Okay, so the whole country's probably not gone.
I sure hope not.
I assume there would be news.
There probably would be news.
Daisy.
Do you know the pasture lands? Right next to
Through
Fungible
conjecture, yes.
Yes.
Through word of mouth. I have not been there myself, and I haven't really read much books on them, but I do know of their existence. Judging
Okay, cool.
from you are from there, yes?
Oh yes, I am. It's my hometown.
Well, it's a pleasure to
originally.
make the first acquaintance of someone from the pasturelands.
It's a pleasure to meet you too. I've met quite a few Hellbreds already. I'm quite good friends with some of them. There are 2 more back on our ship that would love to make your acquaintance, I'm sure. We're terribly sorry about this ordeal. It sounds like, from your circumstances, you're quite the victim of some very untoward intentions by an old friend of yours.
Old acquaintance, we'll call him for now, because I don't want to call him my friend after all of this, if, of course, Darren is the one responsible for this.
What was the name of the patriarch?
Our village?
Yeah.
One moment, Kyle has to double check.
I'm gonna be honest, you could just say insert name here, because I'm gonna try and scry on them. Because it would be secondhand.
Kyle
knowledge.
never does that. Kyle's gonna get you a name.
Okay.
Black's also checking to see where the hell she's from in Ungonhelm.
Cass and Utgard are from a clan called the Doman, right?
Yeah, we're from the same clan. You sure? That's why our last names are the same, or similar in the way that they were made.
His name is Erithus.
Okay.
Yes,
Did
indeed.
you-
He's getting rather up there in his age.
Did you happen to know a Cassio?
Yes, yeah,
Oh,
the
his
name is
name-
not familiar to me now.
Octha, his name would have been Moog at the time.
Oh, a Moog?
Sorry, no, that does not ring a bell for me either.
Okay.
Is that one of the name of one of your Ellisborn friends?
Yes. Also Utgard.
Utgard? No,
Daisy,
no,
not
no,
every
unfortunately.
Hellbrit
Yeah, so-
Ellisborn knows every Ellisborn.
Right. I was thinking it might be part of the same clan, though it does not seem it is.
Well, if you're
Just to let you guys
compatriots-
know,
Mhm.
Taryn and Cass were around the same age, so they would have known each other if they were from
Oh.
the same clan.
Gotcha.
And that's what he's about. He says, if they previously had not known of each other, then it is unlikely that we were born in the same village, community.
Gotcha. Alright.
Our tribes over on Gohem are very segregated. We really only conspire within our own villages.
What
Okay.
village are you from?
Kylo has to double check that. I was not ready for you to see this in this session, so here we go.
I almost
Really?
wrote down Kylos.
Kylo.
Kylo? Name it Kylos now. Kyle.
Kalos.
Carlos.
Kalos.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't think we were ready to see this in this session.
I thought I was just gonna.
I was born and raised in a very nice settlement on the ocean called Telni. Telni.
Right, I'm gonna scry on your patriarch now. Give me a moment.
Alright.
I almost scry on Erithus.
Alrighty. I assume...
He gets a +5 to the will save modifier.
Yes.
Guys, my brain is like a million miles a minute right now.
Yeah, that means that he doesn't actually know how to make new Hellbreads. He just knows how to swap bodies.
For now.
You cast scrying, connected to the name and general location, and a bit of a different understanding of who he is, and your vision goes darker, and the chill of the duchy leaves you behind as you see your vision. You see a very elderly and bent looking Albert Ellisborn. He's wearing a very traditional garb from the region, lots of furs, lots of fabrics crossing each other, holding a very crooked staff with him, leaning up against it. And he is inside what looks to be a very simple shed. And you can see there is a fire in front of him. He reaches into his pocket, pulls out sand, and tosses it into the fire, and the fire flares up with red, pure red flames. And he peers into the fire, almost starts swaying with it. And then the fire recedes back to its ordinary orangish glow, and he kind of stumbles back a bit, kind of swears under his breath. And one step. Can you speak Infernal?
I could cast Comprehend Language. If you'd allow me.
A figure steps inside, and the two start speaking Infernal to each other. If you want to cast that to try and detect what they're sensing. You cast, and in the middle of the conversation, you pick up what the new person is beginning saying. He steps in, he seems more of a warrior type, long spear on his back, dressed in more boiled leathers, tougher armor, and he says, "And the mountains beyond, and the trees beyond there, he's gone. Wise, we've searched everywhere for him. I think we better just give up the search." And the Wise just looks down and says, "If it's another 10 day, he's around somewhere, I'm sure of it." And he starts hobbling over to a bed, says, "All right, we'll stick at it." He bows and turns to leave. And he just kind of sits at the edge of his bed, kind of wipes his eyes a little bit, and lays down for sleep.
Okay.
And that's when your vision returns back to yourself.
Okay. Weird. They're searching for somebody. I don't know if they're searching for you or if they're searching for Taryn. One moment. I'm gonna scry on the warrior that was there.
Okay. Alright. Your vision separates from yourself again. And the warrior you saw, you can see, it picks up immediately as he's leaving one of the more fancier huts. And he walks over to an open fire pit with some other warriors behind it, around it. Some female, some male, most of them with bows, many with spears, all of them with shields. And he walks up and says, "The Wise wants us to keep searching for Triggerball. He believes he's out there, but I don't know, you've all seen the evidence. It's like he vanished without another trace. So, we'll keep it up for another 10 day. I'll keep asking around the local villages, seeing if they know where he went, but take it easy. I know you've been working very hard on this, so..." And he just kind of... He takes his steer off his back and puts the butt into the dirt and says, "On your way." They all stand up and go their separate ways, and he kind of rubs his chin and looks out towards one of the houses. And the eye moves over to glance in that direction where he's looking. And you can see what looks to be the remnants of a house, now reduced to ash and tinders. Just kind of shakes his head and leaves. And the vision recedes back to yourself.
Okay, on the plus side, the people care about you. That's good.
That's very good to know. I have often wondered if they actually like me or if they pretend to like me because I'm the Wisdom's chosen.
So...
Very nice to know.
Bad news? Okay, well, more good news. They're gonna keep searching for you for another 10 days.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
That's good.
They're probably not gonna find me if I'm not there.
Probably not, no. The bad news is your house blew up and you disappeared without a trace. So, I think you might have died.
Did you hear them talking about my wife, perhaps?
No, I did not hear anything about... If you want, I can scry...
She's probably out there too. She's probably out there too.
I could scry on her. What was her name?
Lila?
Do not do
Was
that.
she in the house when
For the
you were
love of
visiting?
God, don't do that.
Give me one moment. I'm gonna cast scrying again. This time
Oh
on
my
Lyra.
God. No. She's so dead. I'm gonna hide.
Your magic does
He's
not
a-
connect.
Oh, fuck. Does it feel like it didn't connect like when Tomo was in Arborea? So it doesn't...
Almost
she's
as
so
if there's
dead.
no living person with either that name or presence.
Can
You have
I...
a choice. You can lie.
Right, that's what I'm gonna do. Can I... Because it's a 10-minute cast, and then I'm in there for a minute. Can I act like I'm in there for the full time?
Make a bluff check for me, please.
Oh, my body is in pain.
Why? He just
That's a
found out that his wife
21.
is dead.
21? Okay. He's
Yeah.
probably not anticipating you to lie, so...
Okay.
You can see he kind of like looks at you expectantly when you pretend to come out of the vision.
Did he say he had a kid too? A wife and kid?
He just said wife.
Wife? Yeah.
And also they don't have biological kids.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, she's fine. She's worried about you.
Oh, that's good.
Oh.
You're gonna just make this 10 times worse.
Okay.
This makes it so much worse.
That's good. That's good. Yes, yes. I did need to talk to her about something. So, we will do that when I see her next. Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how to get you home.
Oh. Well, I kind of want my body back first, if that's possible.
Oh,
I don't want to show up. I don't really want to show up back home looking like this.
I'm going to be honest. I think the person whose body you're in might have swapped places with you. Because we have talked to him through sending.
Dacton is alive, and he is now a helper. He used to be a spell scale. He's
I think
Daisy.
you might have traded places.
Well,
Some-
if it's judging from the previous conversations that you've had, the body was not quite in a single piece before. Maybe he would be very glad to see that his full body is, back together, and we could, swap again.
Maybe.
Kyle, when I had the vision of Dacton, was Dacton in his original body, or was
He
he
was-
in?
He was a Hellbred. He was an Ellisborn.
Yeah.
Okay, so he was angry not at looking like Trebador is right now.
Tregobor?
Yeah, Trebador.
No, he was in an Ellisborn form. He was not in his original spell scale body.
Okay.
Are you good at art?
What?
Yeah, like, can you draw?
I've dabbled a little bit in the artistic endeavors. I'm much better at song. But I can probably do.
Okay, could you draw what you looked like in your previous body?
Oh, certainly, yes. Do you have
Yeah, I have a
pen and paper? Oh, yes.
Made off
Either
the
one of
boat.
us.
Paper and pens.
Yeah.
And he starts drawing. It's not a very good sketch. You can tell he is mildly artistic. And he draws, probably exaggerating a little bit, a rather cutting, dashing figure of a tall Ellisborn man with very long, flowing hair, a very nice jawline, dark eyes, wearing very fabulous garb. Says, "This is more or less what I looked like."
Okay, could you try more?
Wow.
What
I
more?
don't remember the chin being that cleft.
Well, it's probably not quite like that, artistic rendition and all that.
Is
But it's, mainly there.
Daisy, do you recognize her?
It is more or less the body that you saw in the vision.
That's currently Dacton, yes.
Oh. So it's not any more complicated than that. We can go ahead and swap back out. Do you know where he is right now?
Nope, and I'm not gonna look for him.
We, Mr. Trebabor?
Tregabor.
Tregobor.
Tregabor.
Think The Witcher 3.
I've never heard of that. The only witch I've ever met was Whisper. Matters concerning Terran or Tarathiel are very, very sensitive. It's
No, not Terran, not Terran. I'm talking about your friend who is in my body.
Who is
No, yes,
probably
yes.
in league with Tarathiel.
Yes, they're currently in
That's-
cahoots at the moment, which is most likely why you're in the situation you are now. No, to no fault of your own, mind you. All you did was make a friend with the wrong person, unfortunately.
To be honest, I wasn't even really that good of friends with. We were just around the same age.
Can I also
And he was
say,
the only one I talked to.
Tomo, I'm so sorry. This was meant to be closure, and I feel like it's only opened up more.
Tomo has been staring at this Dacton body, tight-lipped the entire time, and there has been like heavy confliction in their eyes. Someone's gonna look down at the mask, the original mask in their hand. What exactly do you know about the rebirthing process? Because as far
Quite
as
a lot, because I was being trained to take up the wisdom, and it is his job to know all of that.
I do not know much, but as far as I do know, there's no reason Dacton should have been able to be reborn. So, is that some information you're willing to share?
Certainly. After all, I do owe you a rather, shall I say, unrepayable debt for tearing me out of that coffin. Yes. As far as I know, there are souls whose previous lives are sent to Nessus for one reason or another. The farthest reach that you could possibly get from the surface, where they are forever buried in a deep, deep lake of ice. The bigger the crime, in the eyes of the gods, the deeper you go. But Asmodeus, the patron lord of that hell, that circle of hell, and, well, the entirety of the hells, gives those souls an option. They must declare something in which they are regretful of, and wish to fix. And once the soul is ready for rebirth, Asmodeus, in some way or another, I don't know the specifics myself, comes in contact with a chosen village's wisdom. And then they perform the ritual of rebirth. It's an affair for the whole village, where the soul is sent down and a new infant body is created for it. And then they are taken into the village, taught the ways of us, taught how to live again. And if they so choose, eventually leave the village to go and pursue their goal of, well, what they were sent back to do. Some regain their memories of their previous soul, some don't. It is not a consistent thing. As far as I know, that is as deep as it goes.
Do you happen to remember what you and Tarathiel were talking about before the lights?
He wasn't there. I was waiting for him.
Wait, didn't
Hi.
you say you were in the room with him?
No.
No,
I was waiting for him.
He was waiting. There was a big flash. Pain.
Oh,
Kyle. I've never tried to do this with Tomo before. Can I try, now that I have I'd say a good majority of my memories unlocked, can I attempt to try and remember what happened after stepping into that portal?
Do you want to give me a D100 roll for me, please?
Ooh,
I do. I have
very
to.
fancy roll.
Sounds to
My
me like
favorite.
there's a 1% chance.
I
My
have to
favorite type
fetch-
of dice.
I accidentally threw my D10 down here. Give me 1 second. Okay. I'm nervous.
You got
can
this.
do it.
I believe.
Go for it.
These
I believe in you. Let's do it.
probably not, you guys. I rolled
Those
for the
lucky
first
numbers.
time
We
something
believe.
that would work with my Shaden. I rolled a 48.
48.
I usually roll 90s.
Alrighty.
Straight down the middle.
You want to roll lower on percentile dice.
Yeah, lower the better.
Kyle's
The
like,
higher the
Kyle?
worse.
Kyle,
Kyle?
what's that face for?
What is this face, Kyle?
So, I'm going to explain what I was going to do.
Okay.
You are going to roll me a D100. And I was going to roll the D100. And if the numbers were the exact same, you would get a memory.
They're exactly the same, aren't they?
Now, you search the recesses of your soul, your mind, your locked away memories. And the first thing you come back to is a deep, deep sensation of hot iron chains embedding all down into every single link of your spine. You look down and you hold your gun in one hand, the sword in the other, and you stand over a mangled corpse. Not very recognizable as humanoid, but as you stare at it down and through your memory's memory, you are looking down at the body of a demon. And suddenly you feel each iron ring embedded in your spine yanked backwards as there is a pit fiend standing behind you, holding a chain that is linked to each and every one of them. The pit fiend looks at you and just says, "You've been a very good pet for me. Come on, more demons to kill." And he kind of kicks you and you start walking as you look out into the endless blood war between devils and demons.
Oh.
A forced participant.
Arlac.
And that is all you
Correct.
remember.
Oh.
What number did you roll?
A 48.
We both rolled 48.
A very, very low chance.
Yep.
1 in
Very
1,000.
unlikely.
Guys.
Hey, guess what though? Not as unlikely as Nico rolling 3 nat ones.
True.
Thanks, Nico!
Good job, Nico. You should have gotten a shiny.
I think Tom's eyes focus back.
I lied. That is way more unlikely.
Oh.
It's 10,000, not 1,000. Okay.
I think Tom's eyes like dial back in. And I think there's almost like a ghost pain down their spine. Wasn't what Toma was looking for information wise, but
It's what they get.
it's what they got, and they weren't really prepared for that. It has caught them off guard. I have some theories as to why you got dragged into this, but mere speculation at this point.
Yes, it's all rather speculation for myself too. But Phooey, I was really looking forward to getting my body back, and I'm sure the lot of you are not quite keen on me inhabiting this, so I would prefer to not inhabit this body for as long as I can muster it.
This dude really said phooey.
Yeah.
That would be probably the ideal situation. You know, we'd need to talk to Dacton about it, of course, and I look at Tomo. But maybe for now, we get you back to the ship. We get you a warm bath, a hot meal, maybe.
I would not like to impose. If this is an offer freely given, I will gladly take it.
That's up to
It's-
Tomo.
Dacton's soul deserves rest, and so does his body. So until I can save one, I'm gonna keep the other one safe.
Well,
I should be thankful, but I am fully understanding that it is specifically for the body and not my soul inside. So whatever I can take.
welcome to the Munster Mash.
I'm going to be honest with you. When you said that, Lex, I thought you were going to kill him.
I did too.
And I freaked out.
RDM! RDM!
RDM.
Yeah. Why are you
It's
throwing
like
out
a
G-Mod
countdown.
terms?
Because of the funny clip.
We're sort of a group of
RDMer,
traveling
RDMer.
diplomats. I think at this point we can't call ourselves mercenaries. We're getting rather involved in politics.
That's true.
Oh,
I
Loves
don't
Duke.
if you've heard anything about like the war going on with all the demons and stuff, and like
I'm going to be real.
Tribal.
I don't really know anything outside of my own village, so
Okay,
this is all
so
going to be rather new for me.
we're dealing with things on like a little bit bigger of a scale, and you just happen to drop like right in the middle of it. I'm terribly sorry.
Yeah, when we say enemies, just run for cover. There's a lot of places on the ship to hide.
Oh, don't worry. I'm very good at that.
Okay. We should probably head back then.
Make a sun check real quick. So can I smell the lycanthropy on him?
Go for
'Cause
it.
I
Make
could
a
smell
spot
it
check.
before.
Make a spot check. And at that, Marks begins forming the teleportation circle again in the same manner, pulling out the sand and letting it pool out as it forms into the teleportation circle around his feet. And as that happens,
32.
32, he is entirely bereft of the scent of lycanthropy.
Oh,
Oh,
He is not a lycanthrope.
so it's
you know
attached
what?
to the soul.
Good for him.
Oh, right. I did actually have a question. When I name somebody, is it I'm naming the soul or the body?
The soul.
Okay. Alright. I'll keep that in the back of my mind for some time.
Like,
Did we,
return to your body.
Yeah, I thought that
That's
was
kind of
like-
what I was thinking, but
Don't do that. That will kill him.
It would yeah. Either he dies or he trades or he jams in with Dacton.
It's
and
gonna
they're
becomes
fighting
two
each other.
Bodies
creatures.
overhand, two souls fighting
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
one body.
Yeah. And
The relic.
I don't want to do that
If
to
I
him.
need your body, I'll fucking take it.
Now, I'm going to be honest with you. You should not have scryed on that man's wife. You could have just been a... could have been an ignorant fool. You didn't have to know.
Ignorant bliss.
But Marks finishes
Yeah,
the
the ignorant bliss,
teleportation
that's the right
circle
word.
and says, "All right, we can get going."
Okay, just one moment. I understand we did come here to pay our respects to Dacton. I understand if the priorities have changed. I did have some flowers I was going to put down.
Daisy, you can't
I'm
pay
not going to
respects
ask that.
to someone that's not dead.
No, not to him. You're not the. I was just maybe going to put them in the grave outside.
There's no body and there's a hole in the ground.
Kind of would have been a Thalmir situation in Leylshei.
That's fair.
Let's go back.
Okay. We can come on, Trebledor.
Tregabor
Tregabor. Sorry.
Again,
it's going.
like
I'm a bit.
with a
Like
with
that
a G.
Like that amazing
Tregabor.
play, The Witcher. You know?
Like the really cool board game.
Oh yeah, I'm getting his
Tregabor.
name mixed up with Mirador.
Oh.
So it's like the two. They rhyme.
Right,
so it's
they're very
very
close.
similar. Marks, I'm sure you understand.
I don't, but I'll say yes.
Alright, Faydun, you can stop being a shadow for him.
And you can see once he's given the order, Fair Dude just kind of... He was probably standing tall to make himself look more imposing.
Yeah.
And then he just kind of relaxes and kind of gets like his normal form and kind of... And then waddles over to the teleportation circle.
Do you want a different body? I don't know if you like being an owl sometimes. Okay.
I love that Fairdoon just refuses to talk.
He can.
He fully can.
He's going to talk at the most
This is how I view.
time.
This is how I view Blood Lily.
Honestly, he's trying. He's trying to pretend like he's a bird for as long as he possibly can.
So he can't even lie to himself.
Accepting that you're sentient gives you responsibility.
But you all step inside the teleportation circle, and with another gesture and arcane energy, the circle flashes as all of you, plus a very unforeseen companion,
God.
teleports
Very
back to the
unforeseen.
airship. And that's where we're going to take a short break.
That is not where I thought this session was going.
No. She's in
Anyway.
shock. She's in
I
shock.
need 48 hours to process.
Getting back into it,
Oh my god. My chair almost fell.
a lot of you,
Frightened me.
plus
Do we have room on our
unintended-
ship?
What?
Do we have room on our ship for all these people?
He can sleep on top deck.
Yeah, he doesn't have to have a room.
So it's gotta move.
Um,
Stick him in Redwood's room.
We have a common room that no one's using right now.
We also have
Declan.
the cafeteria.
No, Declan has his own room.
We also have
Declan
the
does have his own
closet
room.
that Miss Pepperbottom is going to randomly show up in.
That is true.
At some point.
But anyway, you arrive feeling yourself, your feet purchase on the ground where you had initially teleported away from, and Tregobor kind of stumbles a little bit. Oh, this is much warmer. Oh, and much cozier too.
I hope you're not scared of heights. We are on an airship.
Very high in the air right now.
I just won't look outside then.
Good luck. All the rooms
Let's
have
get you-
windows.
Yeah, we'll get you some curtains. But let's get you introduced to everyone else, just so they know.
Everyone
there's not an
else?
intruder. Yes.
Isn't it the middle of the night?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, it's later evening. It's not. So most of you are probably still awake.
Like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock.
Cass. Cass.
Oh,
How many? Hold on. How many more are there?
There's like 5 others.
Well, he knew there were more. There was Ellis. He knew there were Ellisborn he was going to meet.
5. Okay. Yes, I'm prepared to meet 5 more people. Definitely.
Yeah. Coming. Castle.
Honestly, everybody should just get up here.
Cass makes his way up, and
Nelson.
then
Yep.
he's like currently carrying probably something he made for Tomo, probably some sort of sweet or whatever Tomo is that he likes. So he's carrying it. He has like a tray of it, and he comes up, and then he immediately drops it.
Oh.
Not the cherry tarts.
Would it be better if I put on a mask? Yes.
No.
No, that
No.
would be worse. That would be worse.
So
It would be
much
worse.
Why
not?
wore masks all
Well-
the time.
Oh, so it's different that I don't have a mask on.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yes.
Hello, my
Cass?
name is Tregobor. It's nice to meet you.
Huh?
What's happening?
Tarathiel's fucking with things.
Oh, why is there a new person here?
Hello, my name
What?
is Tregobor. It's nice to meet you.
What?
Nice
What?
to meet you.
What? He.
And he shakes your hand.
Utgard comes up
He's
in
just
his
like
normal
staring
clothes.
at Tregobor now.
He has like the arming ring on. He's like,
Cass, why are you staring? Like, you have 1,000 yards stare right
I
now?
assume this one knew the body before they...
Yeah.
When he knew
I'm
the body?
staring at a ghost.
Is-
That's a ghost.
I don't think that's a
What?
ghost. That's a person.
Yes. No.
Is that a ghost?
Who's
Did you
part?
bring home a why? Who's Treg? Why is Treg?
There's a new person inside of Tacton's body.
"Is
What?
Actually, just
Yeah,
as much of a ghost as you and Tomo are, Cass, as well as Utgard. Tregabor is actually a Ellisborn. His soul sort of got sucked out and put into Dacton's corpse, and Dacton's soul sort of got sucked out and put into his body. So that's who Dacton is running around as right now.
Do I recognize the name Tregabor at all?
And you mentioned
Yep.
you mentioned
Mhm.
yes. He did this?
I think so.
If you are referring to Terran, who, if I am gathering correctly, he now goes by Torathiel, that is currently our best guesstimations.
So,
Also, a very hefty name to throw around here.
do
I
you know
apologize.
You know Tarathril?
A long time ago, before he...
Define a
was
long time ago.
Like when we were born.
Oh, so your family?
No. I mean,
No relation.
No,
not directly, not any more than any of us else are.
Ellisborn? Are you?
Yes.
Were you? Right. Ellisborn don't have families; they have clans. Were you in the same clan as?
Indeed, we were born around. We were ritual of birthing around the same time.
Were you good friends?
You mean he was the only one around to talk to?
I'm taking that as a yes.
Nelson, he knew him before we met Terran at the school.
I understand that.
Nelson, if there is a spot on this body, I will throw you off of this ship.
Wait, what? You thought I was gonna kill him?
As far as I know, this is a very valuable body. I will not say me. This body is very valuable. Determined.
I wouldn't.
And
I
I
wouldn't say
apologize.
that you're not valuable either. Oh Lord, what did Tomo say?
It's not so much what's the. It's all right. They're fine.
No,
I'm fine.
it's
I'm gonna get a room ready.
Oh, I
just
don't. And he
stalk
looks.
the stairs.
He looks down at the plate. Oh man,
Tomo
You
I
had
made this for
a
Tomo.
long run of it, friend.
Yeah.
Let me get you some food and water, and we'll let them sort this all out.
Tomo,
And
I wasn't
Utgard
going
will
to.
take him down to the kitchen and fix him some food and drink and all that.
Tomo, I wasn't
Tomo's
gonna
gone.
kill him. Oh, okay.
Tomo's-
Well, bye. Well, I wasn't gonna kill him. I just don't like
Very
him.
much gladdens me that you weren't going to kill me.
Wasn't
I don't
going to.
blame.
Actually, I kind of have two things to give a little perspective on the body you're inhabiting. I was gonna wait for these, but here we are. I'm gonna run to my room, and Kyle, I have been making naming checks, and I'm making little stone slates of our story so far.
Oh my god.
They're not quite slates, almost like dioramas.
The Rosetta
sure.
Stone.
And I'm gonna pull out two of them.
Wait, a diorama.
Alduin's wall.
One of the fight with the lycanthropes, and the other with the fight with the remoraz.
Okay.
So, for the rest of the party, this is kind of how we knew the body that you're in.
Oh, that's Did you make this?
Yeah.
Oh, you must be very talented yourself. Oh, nice.
Yep.
And he's looking at it.
So, the first time the rest of the party met Dacton, the body that you're in,
I do know that. I've heard that name before.
he tried to steal Tomo.
Oh,
Yeah, like, forcefully transformed him, and then put him in a little marble. And then the second time...
so not very pleasant, huh?
Well, the second time he died for Tomo.
Oh,
And I'll
He's
slowly
he's
walk
been a
around.
little obsessed with Tomo, and well, there's no other way to say it. He's just been obsessed,
Right.
and I'm very sorry that I have very little to say on the matter. I am reeling.
It's all right. I feel like I can scarcely understand all of this myself. Those weeks I spent in that coffin are addling my brain to, and
Beats
alright.
in a coffin.
Oh, right, yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
the other
wait,
one.
wait.
Oh,
He was
Wait.
freezing underground for months before we dug. He would have stayed there forever had we not come along and Tomo dug him out.
okay. I have.
This little symbol
Have you
here.
eaten? Do you have food? Have you had food?
would love some food, please.
I'm
Yes,
Gaz already doing that. Calm down, Gaz.
Oh.
You're okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold up his hair real quick and point and just go, that's a symbol of an arcane sigil of immortality? So, he doesn't have to eat a drink?
Marx interrupts and says, "Functional immortality.
Right.
As far as I can tell, as long as he isn't slain, he will remain living, even without food, water, air, sleep, everything."
That's not pleasant.
It's kind of how it sounds like to me. What about
Oh,
age? Do you know about
it was-
aging? Max?
Mark says, "Age? No. As far as it goes, once the magic takes hold, their age is,
Set.
well, paused."
How hard is it to make one of those things?
It is beyond even my purview. I scarcely believe even anything less than a god would be able to do something like this.
Oy.
Fun. And you also swapped bodies?
As far as I can tell, yes. This is not my original body, as you probably know by now. Yes.
Apparently, yeah. And you know, the person who I... Okay, long story short, I want your friend dead.
They're not friends anymore.
Rewinding acquaintances, because
Yeah.
as far as I know, he wants to end the world, and that's not very good. Now, is it?
Well,
I
I
live
want
in
to
the
end
world.
him, though.
I don't want it to end.
I also live in the world. I would not like it to end either. That'd be nice.
So we are on the same like minds.
So it seems. Want your acquaintance dead. What is his weaknesses? Do you
You're
know?
asking the wrong person. I haven't known him in over 10 years.
I will say, can we... Look, we've been throwing around the name a lot. He has shown up on a thought, so we should probably be a little bit more careful. I will say,
Yes, right.
that is kind of on me. I was kind of opening up the conversation with it. That is my bad. But
He
Right, let's
shall not be
from
named.
now on keep the name to a
Right.
very minimum.
How about bastard? Is that good? We good with that?
that's okay. Yeah.
It's not invoking his name. I'm just-
Yeah.
Mr. T?
I've been saying Mr. T.
Well,
Or T-Man.
that's giving him far too much respect. Bastard will work for me.
Alright. Do you want me to show you to the room, Triggerboard?
Triggerboard.
Triggerboard? Okay, yeah, I was right.
I like to think we're just never gonna get it right.
So I'm gonna follow them while he shows them the room. I am going to now become a really good acquaintance of yours, Triggerbore. You're gonna tell me all about your acquaintance, about his childhood.
We just grew up together.
I understand.
He was very single-minded. That's pretty much all they really knew about him. Could you please give me space? You're standing very close.
When Utgard hears
I will take one tiny step to the right.
when Utgard hears them coming down the stairs, he's gonna be like, "The kitchen is in here. Come get food."
Okay. And he kind
That's
of
another Ellis
walks
born
away
on the
from you.
boat.
Also, wait, did Hadolin or Declan ever come out?
No.
Okay.
Declan probably comes out now that people are downstairs. And he kind of looks over and says, "Oh, hello. Hello, my name is Triggerboard. Nice to meet you."
Passes like silently, and he still has the look like he saw a ghost, and he's walking over to the kitchen with what remains of what he made. And he's gonna grab a few more of the fresh ones, put them in a little bag, and then just walk past everyone with the same look towards Tomo's room.
He sees Cass, looks back at Triggerboard, says, "All right, I'm gonna go back in my room."
Okay.
And he leaves.
I will say, like, as they're kind of like going into the kitchen, I think I'm gonna go to the room that Tomo is preparing.
Okay, really weird question. Since he was an Ellisborn at one point, do I recognize that because it's my favorite enemy at all, or no? Not even a little bit. No. Okay.
As far as you're concerned, he's a spell scale.
All right. So,
Olsen, perhaps you give our new friend some space.
He's
friend is a long shot, but I will give you space.
Leave the room, please.
I have questions for you.
Right now.
I apologize for them. They are intense.
Wait. Hello.
I am
You are
Utgard.
also an Elsborn.
I am.
There
I
are
am
quite a few on the ship.
Yes, there are 4. Now with you, I suppose that makes 5.
Huh. That's, as far as I know, not many Elsborn travel away from Gohem. I mean, I suppose it could differ from village to village, but in my village it was a rather oddity.
I am from Donum. I do not know much about other clans, unfortunately.
Talenir for me. Talenir for me.
Does that ring any bells?
You know it existed. You haven't been there before.
Okay. I've heard of it. Never been there myself, but...
Yeah. Yes. Well, thank you much for the food.
Of course. Like I said, I'm sure that this has been a interesting day, to say the least, for you. And maybe a moment of peace to gather your mind is needed.
And he starts eating the food. Slow at first, and then just eating it
Will just,
as fast as he
keep
can.
putting food in front of him, like when he's done. It just so he can eat until he's full. And then he won't start any conversation, he'll just be cleaning.
Okay.
But if he does speak up, then he'll engage in conversation.
He's just focused on eating. So, Matar, you go and... Are you doing anything specific in the room that you're getting preparing for him?
I think for a good 5 minutes, someone just goes in the one spare room we have, goes in, closes the door, and just paces back and forth, kind of freaking out, but kind of but trying to rationalize with themselves and basically make a list of things that they know and trying to make sense of this, because it's a lot. And Tomo's essentially going to be okay, this is what I know and this is what I'm going to do about it, and I will figure the rest out. So after a good 5 minutes of pacing, Tomo will, I think, just get a bed, pillows ready. I think Tomo knows that Dacton is likes 2 pillows or something, so Tomo will get 2 pillows, whatever, and then has to contemplate whether that's a correct response, because while it is Dacton's body, it's not the soul. So does the body like 2 pillows, or is it the soul that likes 2 pillows? And it's just I think Tomo just eventually just slides down the end of the the end of the bed, and it's just face buried in a pillow.
That's
Octha, you probably walk in.
I'm just gonna
see
walk
Tomo
in,
like that.
slowly walk in, close the door, look at Tomo, and just go, "What the fuck? What's happening right now? Is this real?"
Unfortunately, yeah. Kind of the majority of my existence, I've been realizing,
Yeah.
can be summed up in unfortunately, yes.
What are we going to do? Oh, also, I kind of lied about the wife. I don't know if you got onto that. She's so dead. I figured he was under enough stress at the time, and I could just tell him later.
That was a very kind thing you did for him.
I don't know. So,
That's not him, right?
no, that's somebody new. What the fuck? What? Okay, so, right. Everything plays out the way that we think it's going to from this point forward. What the fuck? Am I the only person that can maybe swap their souls? And if so, how the fuck do I do that? I mean, that's assuming, like, I know you care deeply for Dacton, but we don't know what's gonna happen when we meet him again. So, if something goes awry and I fuck up, I'm screwing up two people, one that you care very deeply about. What do I do that, like, are you okay?
Don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like I don't know anything.
Can I sit next to you? Maybe
Yeah.
we, like, process this together?
I
Okay.
think I need that, yeah.
Okay. Then, yeah, I'll just come sit down. What do you want to do?
Make it through tomorrow. And then the day after that, and then the day after that. And then hopefully by then I know what to do.
Alright. And so I can scry on Dacton, but that sounds like such a bad idea. I'm worried that he's already being influenced by Tarathiel. If Tarathiel has given him a new body, a new old body, but you know.
I've known Dacton for a long time. Almost half of my life. He doesn't deserve this. Any of it.
Yeah. Okay, so I do have to ask a really hard question. What are we gonna do when we do eventually find him again?
Well, if it was up to me, and as fate should have it, things never are. But if it was up to me, we would sit, have a meal, and just be.
Well, that sounds nice.
I'm rather simple at the heart of everything.
I know. But assuming it's not up to you, and we have to take action, are you gonna be okay with that?
I don't think I'm gonna have a choice.
And I'll like shoulder into Tomo. It's kind of like wave my head. I don't think I can express how sorry I am.
I think Tomo's gonna like take the mask off. Kind of look at it, run their fingers over like the new part that you had fixed, the unpainted part. It's real worn. Probably a couple like little cracks in it and stuff. Maybe a couple chips out of it. It's definitely paint missing. I know you asked me once why I always wore this. And while I didn't lie, I didn't tell you every reason why I do. Some of it was for protection and comfort. But it's more of like an anchor for my guilt, and it's kind of become a representation of me and Dacton's story and our relationship. And I do have a very nice new mask waiting. And there's no reason.
Let me take that off.
And there's no reason I shouldn't switch. I'm starting new chapters in my life. I am a shadow of the person I was. But part of me feels that if I throw this away and let go of it, then I also rid myself of its meanings and responsibilities. And I don't think I'll ever be able to account for those.
What if you don't throw it away? Like, I can reshape it to mean something other than guilt.
I don't know if I'm ready to let myself be free of that yet. I was hoping, actually, tonight that I could. You know, kind of bury it. But, the past never really goes away. Lucky for me, I have a very long past.
So what I mean, I could reshape it. I don't mean to destroy it or anything like that. I meant I could make it like an homage to you and Dacton.
Maybe one day.
Just let me know.
You picked out the colors. You always thought I was more like a cat.
Yeah.
Kind of like to be to myself. We actually got them when we joined our very first group. I didn't want to be there. I was very content with making books. His father taught me. I lived with them for a while. When I first left, I'm going home. He had a way of speaking that was... It intrigued me. Growing up, I used to sit for hours listening to him read. I learned a lot of new things that way. But he always wanted more. He was very filled with adventure and longing to be anywhere but that store. Parents asked if I would go with. Keep them safe. Mostly company. I've always been quite skinny, so I do not know what they expected me to do in terms of safety. But, we joined a group. They actually all had these. Different animals.
Were they all lycanthropes?
That I don't know. Well, I wasn't. Back then I wasn't one.
I guess technically you're not a lycanthrope. Because you'd be like a felinanthrope. Because lichen refers to a wolf specifically.
Maybe we can rename it.
Yeah.
But, yeah. We were with them for a while. Couple months. I believe we're actually, well, for me, nearing about the same amount of time we were with them as I've been part of this group.
Is that including the 2 months for you or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'd have to check my backstory. I was never really, into the whole adventuring thing. I did grow fascinated with the creatures we'd come across, though. The world is full of spectacular things. But wasn't ever really for me, for him. At a night, everything kind of happened and went down. Just it turned sideways. We were attacked out of nowhere. Well, I believe that we were. Looking back now, I'm not sure really what exactly happened, but I was terrified. There was a lot of blood everywhere. Running. Sounds. Dacton told me to run. And they did.
And then you met us, right? At the school.
No. So I can run, but apparently not faster than Zagadid. You know. But I ran. And ran. And then the next thing I know, I am waking up. I was in a cage. To be fair, it was probably the best choice, and I don't really blame the old woman, but she said I'd been in there for a few months. Don't really remember much of it, but
that's a long time.
Well, she thought I was probably dead when she first found me, but I do want you to know I used to have more color in my skin before, but not a lot, but
a lot of time inside.
A lot of anemia.
Yeah.
That was a bad joke.
No, it was a pretty good joke. It threw me off guard after everything we were talking about.
Yeah, that was the first time I believed Dacton dead. I did think he was going to be right behind me, but not as good at hearing back then as I am now. Kind of been running ever since, so.
Yeah. Should we finish setting up the room?
I don't know if I should give him one pillow or two. He always really liked two.
Typically, if somebody likes, a different pillow setup, it's like a medical thing. So, it probably might be something that he did for comfort because his body didn't like just the extra bit,
Well, it would be one, and then he'd, hold on to the other one.
Oh, okay. That's actually pretty good for the joints, too, from what I know.
But I don't know if, Tregobor is, a one or two pillow kind of person, so I don't know. I do think I'm thinking too much into it, but I can't seem to bring my brain to think of a resolution, so I'm kind of stuck in this one problem.
Well, let's leave him too, and if he doesn't want the second one, he can move it to the side.
Do you think Cass has any more of those cherry tarts? Those are actually my favorite.
Yeah, he was actually right behind me, but I think he went into your room to put him in there. We also, you can go cook at the tarts. I'll put up the curtains and stuff.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good night. get up. He'll leave the door open when he leaves.
Okay. Tomo, go into your room. Cass, did you leave behind the food for Tomo?
He did. There's also a small folded origami dragon.
Oh,
And you can see that there
This is
is
so hard to
writing that
do.
is there is writing that has kind of come up onto the pieces that you can see. But yeah, there's a bag of fresh tarts.
it's
Right
almost
next to
like
it.
kind of taken up, like impressed, taken aback, because like that's a hard thing to fold. Someone's like, if I would have known he had these skills a while ago, I could have gotten my room done at a much faster rate. I'll take a bite. And start unfolding it.
Inside it says, if you want to sit with someone quiet, my door is unlocked.
And we'll take the note on the desk. Take their ledger out. Sit. Tart. Someone's just gonna start writing in their ledger. Because I got like a lot of hours to write all of this stuff that are ticking down. And I think it's gonna be his way of kind of trying to
Like, process.
structure the brain to process.
I think from the spare room you hear constant cluttering as Octa is struggling to put up curtains before eventually Fairdoon comes in and sets it up.
Okay. Yeah. Well, Fairdoon sets up the curtains. Yeah. They cover the windows well enough so you can't see outside and how high the ship is flying. Probably around this time, Tregobor steps inside the room. Oh, hello. Sorry, I didn't know you were still in here.
Oh, it's okay. I was just leaving. I'll just walk out. Unless he tries
Before you
to
go,
stop.
he kind of like, he kind of like catches your shoulder and says, I don't... Of course, you probably know, but I didn't mean for any of this to happen. And if it's easier on you and everybody else, I will stay in the room for as long as you need.
It's okay. It's just there's a lot of history. And it's gonna be an adjustment for sure.
Well, if there's anything you need me to do to make that as easy as possible, just tell me and I will accommodate. Best of my abilities, of course.
I think just avoid Toma for now. They seem to be processing a lot. Also, we left 2 pillows on the bed because apparently Dacton used to like 2 pillows, but if you don't like 2 pillows, then you can just move one to the side or whatever.
I'm used to no pillows, so this will be a change.
Oh, okay. 2 is very comfortable sometimes.
We'll see about that.
Alright.
And, right you will do. Avoid Tomotaru. I've already offended him quite deeply. I apologize for that.
You didn't offend them. It's just, like I said, the body has a lot of meaning that you're in. Good and bad.
Yeah. Right. Good night.
Good night.
It's gonna be a little weird. Sorry.
It's okay.
Anyway.
I have, I don't know if you want to, decorate the room at all. I have, all those bits and bobs. It's just kind of bare minimum right now.
It's fine.
Okay.
I was a rather
the curtains.
meager person.
Oh, right.
Yes, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I will say it is very beautiful to look outside sometimes, and you don't actually have to worry about falling out because it's pretty sturdy glass. If you ever get curious.
Okay, I'll file that away and think about it later.
Okay. Good night.
Good night.
And then I'm gonna knock on Tomo's room. I know, I'm sorry because we keep just going back and forth. But...
Whose room?
Matoma.
Toma.
You don't actually have to knock.
I'll open the door. Yeah, but I figured it's kind of nice. I didn't know if you wanted to like spend the night alone or with some company. If you want, I can go to my room. If not, I'll stay in here with you.
You might want to grab an extra pillow.
Alright. I'll be right back. I'll run to my room, grab a pillow, and come back.
Okay.
Don't stay up too late.
No promises.
I'm just gonna go to sleep.
Okay. Is there anything else you all are doing before the night is up?
Yeah, Nelson's gonna murder
Triggerboard.
He said he wasn't gonna kill him.
Just maim him.
No, to interrogate constantly, forever.
He does have forever.
He does have forever. He does have literally forever.
Forever until slain.
Yeah.
Oh god. This is gonna be... Poor dude.
We're gonna teach him produce food and water, and then we're gonna seal him in a tungsten ball. Just roll him to the bottom of the ocean.
We put
Oh my
guys. We could put him in the iron flask.
No, that's
I don't want to.
So
Cool.
nice
Yeah.
and
That's incredibly
accommodating, but
nice.
we're talking about sealing him away forever.
I don't want to. It would be kind of funny, but I don't want
I
to.
feel so bad.
It would be kind of funny.
If anyone could thrive, it would be an immortal person,
I mean, yeah.
functionally immortal.
I would argue the opposite.
yeah. Immortality's a curse.
Yeah.
So,
What?
Watch
You
she
sure?
like body checked Taryn once too many times as a kid. It's like, fuck you. I remember.
I remember you.
Sweet Daisy, what were you saying?
Sweet Daisy is probably just gonna like spend that time where they're like getting ready, sort of helping Cass pick up the cherry tart off the top deck. And, you know, I'm just gonna stay by his side for a bit until it's time to go to bed, and then, you know.
Cass, I'm going to sleep outside our new friend's room tonight. Do you want to bunk out there with me, or will you be retiring to your chambers?
No, I'm going to my chambers.
Okay. How are you doing?
I was shocked, to be honest, but, I'm alright.
Okay.
How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, considering. I'm very worried about Tomo. Especially within the new circumstances, you know. They said something very odd to me a few days ago, which I didn't quite expect. I have a feeling there was like a playful undertone to it, but it sort of hurt like a personal jab. And I don't know if we're the kind of friends to talk about that sort of thing yet. So I know you and him had a bit of a powwow a while ago, from what I've gathered. He's not like secretly. He doesn't secretly hate me, does she?
There's like a really long moment, and Cass is like, I'm trying to think of a reason why they would, and I'm coming up blank, so.
Okay, so that's probably good.
Definitely good.
I'm sorry, I missed who you guys were talking about.
Tomo.
Did Tomo ever say at some point that they were upset at Sweet Daisy? I don't think so.
I don't remember what Mare. What are you phrasing from Mare? I don't remember.
I'm referring to the. After all, how much do you really know me?
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah. From that, more like a challenge, I think, or like a do you actually know me thing.
What did they say?
Well, we were, just having some good Tomo Daisy talk time. And, Tomo owes me a favor at some point, and I was like, oh, well, no, I guess I could really embarrass you at some point if I wanted you, just playful. And then they went, Sweet Daisy, I don't think you could ever really embarrass me.
Why are you going all nasally? What is...
It's...
No.
Lower.
Is that how you hear? Is that how you hear, Tomo? Nasally? Like this, very nasally?
Well, you've got like the deep undertones, right?
You're like down here. You're like, I'm Cass. I have the best
like
cooking everyone's
this.
ever tasted.
I do not.
I do not.
No, if you think I have the best cooking, you haven't tasted cooking then.
Oh, I've been in the royal court. I was eating the food of literal kings every once in a while.
Yes, and I was taught by a half-elf in the middle of the woods. So,
Yeah.
imagine if you met the half-elf.
Very accomplished if you learned everything from them. That was fantastic. I prefer your cooking, Cass. You have a very homely quality to it that you can't quite get anywhere else. Your food tastes like freedom.
Well, I do try to give a lot from different regions. Anyway, what did they say?
They said, Sweet Daisy, I don't think you could ever truly embarrass me, because after all, how much do you really know me? And
That was a challenge.
Like a challenge? Yeah. So, I sort of thought that way too, but I don't know if it felt like that on the inside, to me at least. Me and Tomo have had sort of this back and forth of,
I mean, to be fair, I think they were challenging you in a truthful way. I mean, we really, considering everything, know very little about each other. But, like all of us, yes, we know very important details, but the little things? I dare say that you'd be hard-pressed to name each other's favorite colors, or favorite seasons, or
I don't know.
our favorite places to watch the sunset, or things like that. So, I think you know the parts about Tomo that are important. I think you know the deep parts of Tomo, but when it comes to, and I think you know the deep parts about all of us, but when it comes to truly knowing Tomo, I mean, we don't know where he was before the college.
That's true.
They don't know where we were before the college. We've never really talked about where we traveled. We don't know how Nolson got to where we were. We don't know how long Octo's trek from where they lived to the college was. We don't know if they took a boat, an airship, walked.
Instead of Octha's Shrek show, he was Octha's Trek show.
That's
If
the name
it
of the
was an
spin-off
episode and we
campaign.
like talked about his whole journey, we could like name an episode that.
Yeah, so I think that was a challenge. Both, one, to try and embarrass Tomo. Do that. Two, I think that was also a challenge to get to know Tomo.
That sounds about right. Okay, I'll take it as that. A challenge. I'm good with
challenge.
challenges.
You're great with challenges. You take them a little too far sometimes, but I am excited.
I'm excited too. We can do this.
I can't
We
wait to
will
see
be.
Tomo pants in the middle of the airship now.
Will you help me, Cass? We could-
Oh no, this is your
My
challenge,
internet's
not
gone
mine.
out.
Boy, Meredith's face.
Hello?
Oh, you're
Hello.
there.
Hi.
You're there.
We
Your
hear and
face,
see you.
your face was stuck on a very funny frame for a moment.
Didn't see it.
It was only for a moment.
What did you last say, Cass?
Oh no, this is your challenge, not mine.
Okay. Would you be willing to offer me an assist if I ever needed it?
No. If I offered you an assist, sweet days, you know that means that I have to offer Tomo an assist, and I know much more about you than I do Tomo.
The offer's been rescinded. Okay, good night. I'm going to toddle off into the darkness now. I'm going to
Okay.
get some blankets. I'll be waiting.
Alright. I'm gonna head to
And-
my room.
And just for frame of reference, I have false vision on for another 11 hours. So I'm gonna sleep for my 8, and then first thing in the morning, I'm gonna cast it again as soon as the 11 hours are up.
Okay. Anything else, Molson Newtgard, you're doing before the night is done?
Mentally
Good.
preparing.
Yeah, Utgard finished cleaning and was like, "This is an interesting day."
Okay. You probably in the middle of you cleaning Utgard, Declan comes out of his room, walks down barefoot, baggy pants, tank top, walks over,
Classic
opens up the cold box, grabs some food, closes it, looks over at you, Utgard, and says, "So who was that?"
You know, I'm not even really sure. I think his name was I deadass forgot his name, so Utgard deadass forgot his name.
Fair. Yeah, probably.
But I got his name once or twice. I think it was like Trafalgar. I don't know.
Ruffled card.
He like it's a different soul in a body. I am just kind of rolling with it right now. I'm sure I'll get the full story later.
All right. Well, good night. And then he
Good
eats
night.
his snack and leaves. Walks back down the hall, back into his room, and the door closes.
Ah, yes, the ignorance of youth.
And then there's the I don't really give a shit of age.
Okay. Well, the lot of you return to the beds of choice for the night. Lay down and rest as the airship continues onward towards the city of Leylshei with not entirely new person along for the ride. And that's where I'm gonna end today's session.
Wow.
Woo! What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh my god.